Hello and welcome everyone to Cabin Fever Crochet and beyond. I'm Helene and so glad you're here. I'm absolutely thrilled to share my traveling adventures in this new series from my recent trip. It includes many different yarn shop tours, beach walks, hot springs, wine and cheese tasting at a vineyard, and more in various areas of California's beautiful Central Coast. San Luis, or Louis Obispo County, is a series of smaller towns with a lot of agriculture. I stayed with my best girlfriend, Pat, of over 50 years. So Pat and I, we also spent 3 days visiting my sister in Santa Barbara County, all enjoying the culture of founding Spanish influence and the incredible Mediterranean climate mixed with a tropical paradise. I actually grew up in Santa Barbara and lived there for many of my earlier years, and then on the Central Coast for 25 years after that, before relocating to northeastern Washington State, where I've called my home for 10 years now. Today's episode starts out flying from Spokane International Airport over to Seattle, and then from there arriving on the Central Coast and going to my very first yarn shop there. You'll find links in the drop-down description section of this video for that shop, the Pacific Surfliner, and any other notable mentions. And I'll have a follow-up episode soon reviewing the yarn I purchased here with a finished project too. And I'll have some alternate resources for you if you're interested in any of the items that I got, but you aren't or won't be near this area of California. I so hope you'll enjoy the trip and all the little clips and pics throughout, and we'll come back again for the next episode and all the other yarny content in the works in between. And as I add more episodes to this series, I will put them all in one playlist, also with the link below. Hello everyone, so glad you could be here. I'm Helene on location. Yes, I made it to this beautiful Central Coast of California. Went into a cute little beach town called Grover Beach and stopped at a berry farm there, picked up a lot of fresh fruit, nothing like the local strawberries here. After that, we stopped at the yarn shop, and it's called Let's Knit, with the wonderfully helpful and very sweet owner, Julia Powers. Although Julia does not do mail order, if you are anywhere near the area, North-South County, Central Coast, I hope you'll stop in. It is so worth the trip. Really unusual, unique items, and a lovely experience. It's clean, it's organized, and it's small but so well laid out, and the displays and racks that you'll see, you can see everything, and some are 4-sided, 2-sided, so just kind of meandering through and back around, I'd see something else. She has a nice case with some really interesting tools. One of the neatest tools that is like a piece of jewelry. So I'm going to show you that, some of the yarn I got, and another little thing. And if you enjoy train travel adventures, there's a small depot in Grover Beach right across the street from the beach itself, and it serves Amtrak's Pacific Surfliner, which hugs the coast for 351 miles from San Luis Obispo County all the way down to San Diego County for travelers, visitors, commuters alike. Getting to see a lot of some really spectacular coastline all along the way. Just be sure to take a jacket or a sweater because some of these coastal towns can get really foggy and chilly sometimes. And there's a restaurant called Finn's. Fresh seafood. We ate there afterwards. Loved that place. Used to eat there now and then when I lived on the Central Coast. And we took a really nice walk on a wooden walk path type of boardwalk that parallels and goes over the sand dunes all the way from Grover Beach to Pismo Beach's Monarch Grove, where we went the day before I left to come home, and also went back to Let's Knit Yarn Shop. Got a couple of more things there, including another cool tool I didn't see the first time. So I'm going to be sure and show you all of that, along with taking you more in depth into the Monarch Grove and the trail along the way through the videos and photos that I took when we get to that point in the travel series. The moment I walked into the store, I felt very welcome. It was relaxing, inviting, colorful, yet everything was organized so well to see what she has. I immediately saw a nice selection of accessories, and I just love bags, project bags, and these adorable drawstring cotton bags with either white with black outline sheep or black with white, and their bodies have little loops like their fur. Is just so cute with the boxed bottom and roomy too. So those were immediately on my list the second I walked in. And this brand, boy, is a more mainstream company, but I haven't seen these either. These really cute tote bags with the design shown on the front. No skein, no gain, and the stash struggle is real. As I rounded the first corner, I see a lovely selection of buttons, and on the top, handmade local wooden buttons and yarn that was hand dyed by a local person. She had two that did hand dyed yarn. I just thought this was so stunning. Has that flashes, if you can see that, of stellina, which is not metallic thread. Very fine pieces that resemble hairs, fibers that integrate really well into the natural fiber itself. You can see this gorgeous drape. I would have loved to have had some, and the other color, and then she had another dyer, and that and the button maker. The button maker retired, and sadly the dyer is not offering that anymore. And then over here, just a variety of accessories, some basic tools that most crocheters and knitters need or use at some point, which is great. It's always good to have that. Really cute beaded measuring tapes, knitting needles, some crochet hooks as well, and again another bag caught my eye. Now, I investigated that a little bit more as we went along to find out what that was all about, and then here we go, more of those bags too, and a work in progress. And on the next wall, quite a large variety of knitting needles and styles and sizes, both by Likey and Knitter's Pride. Julia has a really nice selection of Malabrigo yarn in a variety of fibers and weights. This one is Machita, which is a fingering weight in 100% superwash wool. Down below is Caprino in 50-gram hank, so that's half the usual size, and that is 80% super fine merino and 20% cashmere. And over here, oh my goodness, this is 100% mulberry silk, and the feel of it is incredible, unbelievably silky and soft to the touch. My first time touching and seeing mulberry silk in person, and well, my fiber friends, not just an urban legend, amazing in everything I have heard it to be. Such a really nice and varied selection of yarn here. Now this one I have seen only maybe once or twice before, and they do yarn really well, especially the hand paints and the speckles. It's usually either from Peru or Uruguay. I do have a small amount I picked up a couple of years ago from a yarn shop that was near me. There's also such wonderful inspiration on the walls scattered throughout the shop with lovely, lovely finished projects. And as I might expect, in a more moderate climate, most, but not all, are on the lighter side, except for that one is a really chunky type of cardigan for those days where it does get really chilly. But the majority I see, they're a little bit lighter, more open, airy, and the yarn used is also lighter. Now these two beauties are in yarns by that local person I had mentioned who was dyeing yarn, no longer is, but wow, such stunning color combinations. And Julia also has individual patterns available for each project next to them along the wall. And on the far left, a lovely market bag, so practical, and especially in an area like this where there's abundance of farmers markets, you will see one in every town year round. And I just love that pink striped wrap, so beachy and fun. Even though the Central Coast is a more moderate climate, there are still a lot of microclimates within the whole county, from north to south and east to west. So different times of the year, these items can come in very useful when the weather gets chilly. And there's a good selection here of Cascade Yarns, which is, by the way, a Seattle, Washington-based company. And she has some, that was the Pima Cotton. She also has good basics in acrylic blends, and wool as well. This kind of caught my eye. I thought that was very interesting. It has a high sheen to it. It's from Japan, and you could use it by its own for something super lacy, working with beads, or incorporating it by doubling strand, adding it to another yarn you might already have, and that is linen and cotton, and a little bit, I believe, of metallic. Another interesting yarn from Peru, and this is kettle dyed. It is luxury fine merino wool, 25% nylon. It's superwash wool. That is so soft. Really, really nice yarn. That yarn must take dye really well because it's not hard from one to the other, and the different colors they have, and as you can see, they're really vibrant and saturated, beautiful tonals, and actually for the price and the quality of it, I think that is a very fair price on that, and a really nice selection. Ooh, look at these. I mean, there are just so many I wasn't familiar with. This is just absolutely stunning color to me. Love that one. And this brand looks like Australian merino wool. There we go, 75% merino, 25 nylon, and that is a fingering weight also by Variations. It's yarn by Friendly Products. There's some Louisa Harding in a very interesting fuzzy yarn. Berroco Medina. It is cotton acrylic with a little bit of viscose, which is from plant fiber pulp. Typically gives some slip. This was quite interesting in the color combinations. It does have quite a bit of that cottony textural feel, so good for certain projects, along with this one below and all those gorgeous colors. I'm sorry I did not get the name, but just giving you an overview here. And this Estiva, that ribbon yarn and all those pretty colors, is very silky. That could make some fun projects, like perhaps a bag, a shawl, some trim on a project. And here's a really nice selection of ombre and solid colors, kid cotton, and it is by Euro Baby. Nice brand. I've seen that before. A lot of pretty colors and very durable yarn for kids, wearable. And this is the Cascade Yarns Cherub Aran prints and their gradient cakes. It reminds me of the Lion Brand Mandala yarn, although this is an acrylic nylon blend, and it is very soft, and a lot of nice colors. So there we go, 55% nylon, 45 acrylic, 100 grams, 240 yards. So that is on the lighter end of the number 4 weight. And then there's some solid colors here in the same type of yarn in the skeins, and they can work back to the ombre print, so that way you can border in a couple of colors maybe and pipe some of the solid color in there, say if you're making a baby blanket, something like that. And then these caught my eye, the pretty colors and the interesting texture, and it says Pima Soft, and it's also by Berroco, which I really like that brand. Thought, could this possibly be 100% Pima cotton? Seemed a little too soft for that, and sure enough it is. Made in Peru. These are 1.75 ounce, 50 grams, and they are $8 each, and it is really soft, has a bit of a spongy texture to it, and that interesting twist as well, and a little bit of natural sheen. Just a really nice selection of balls, skeins, hanks. This is Berroco Renew, mix of recycled fibers, and she does do ball winding, so if you're from out of town, you're staying there, you come in and you want to work with your yarn, she will be glad to wind that up for you, so then you can take it with and have something, a project on your travels. And this is Berroco Vintage. I really like this yarn a lot. It is an acrylic wool and a little bit, I believe, of nylon blend. Yes, it is 52 acrylic, 40 wool, 8 nylon. It is very soft, has lovely drape. This is a lighter end of the number 4 weight, and they come in a lot of gorgeous colors, and she has a terrific selection here. Truly a very relaxing environment and enjoyable, fun shopping experience, educational too, and so much inspiration with every step around the store, and to see the different price points and types of yarn from more basic up to very high end and everything in between. On this rack to the right, that is by Savannah. Oh my goodness, that is some incredibly luxurious yarn. So soft and silky to the touch. And this is 10% cashmere, 10 nylon, 80% superwash merino in a fingering weight. Ooh, and talk about luxurious. Shabui, I believe that might be 60% kid mohair, 40% silk. So aptly named as Silk Cloud, and that it is. And the colors, check out those incredible colors. Wow. I mean, it just goes on and on. As you can see, everywhere I turn, there is something else unique, different to look at. Superwash silk and cashmere, another line. Just stunning, stunning colors. She has some speckles in this line, and then back over to the right in that Savannah, there are a couple of hand-dyed speckles as well. The last of them, because they are discontinued. And here is that same brand. I'm not going to try to pronounce, but this is hand-painted pure mulberry silk from Uruguay, excuse me. It is just incredible. The sheen, the way it feels, that saturated purple and that tonal blue. Oh my, oh my. A really nice selection of knitting books on this rack. Coastal Knits caught my eye. I thought very fitting, being that this shop is on the Central Coast. And in this case are some of those cool tools I had mentioned, and some quite nice needle sets as well. And here I am with Julia giving me a terrific demo on one in particular that I had to check out, which you will see again in just a little bit. Pat dubbed this picture the yarn burglar after she took it when I was just so focused on the yarn and had my arms full of it. Hey, what can I say? Sometimes that just takes some serious concentration. Oh, it was a lot to take in, and especially running on fumes, but oh, so much fun getting to my first yarn shop, our first day out. And now for the goodies I picked up. Okay, so you ready? Anybody guess? Saw a little peek at the top, and I love Berroco yarns, but they're Pima Soft. I have not seen this before. So you can see it has a very interesting twist, and it looks like it's reading a little bit of a sky blue, but it is quite periwinkle. It has that hint of lavender in it. So, and we put it against so many different colors, and periwinkle is such a beautiful neutral. And these are 50 grams, so they're half the size of your regular size hank, so about 1.75 ounces. And I knew that I would need about 1.5 for one hat, or maybe a little bit more. So I thought, wow, well, how about if I get, because then I have some left over. It's down the bottom there. I got 3, so we can be twinsies. Yay, like we do sometimes. Yeah, our birthdays are 3 days apart, and yeah, just did quite recently. So now we get to celebrate together again, like we did for so many years. Anyway, this is a number 3 light, smooth, and I will let you know how it works up and next time that I pop on. So I'm probably going to start her hat this evening, and you get 124 yards, okay, 113 meters on that, and recommended is a 5 to 6 US, that's the needles, the 3.75 to 4 millimeter needles, and 3.75 millimeter F crochet hook. I'm going to go up. And then actually this was the first thing. I saw this when I walked in the door, and she has such unique accessory items that I haven't seen before. And afterwards at Finn's, at the restaurant, I did a little bit of research, like who makes this company and where are things made. I want to know where something is made and where it's not made. So check it out, this little sheep project bag, and I couldn't decide between the black sheep and the white, but I really liked how this popped. And I saw them online, and then they have it looked kind of a poppy color to me. It said red, but you know, I would not have known they were this cute and this nice had I not seen them in person. And shopping local here, supporting a small business, an independently owned run business. I love doing that, and to find some really unique things that make me really happy. And this is done in cotton, and the embroidery is so cute, and the sheep, they're even looped. If you can see that, isn't that adorable? It's just simple, and it's actually a bag in a bag. It's a gift in a gift. Oh, and it has little tassels, and yeah, and it's easy cinch tie, open and close with the drawstring. And I love that when I go to the lake, in the car, waiting an appointment, on the plane, secure it, and oh, quick, you know, gotta pop it in my carry-on kind of thing. This is so perfect for a smaller project, which is what I'm going to be working on here. So inside, oh, and it has the boxed bottom, you know, where it has the fold, not gusseted, but here, I'll show you. See, you know, how these fold like a bag, a grocery bag, okay, like that, and then it pops open. You get the nice flat bottom, which I love. This is by a company, it's called Lantern Moon. Lantern Moon handcrafted. And it has just a little write-up on the back. Welcome to the charmed world of Lantern Moon. This cute sheep embroidered drawstring pouch will safely transport all your small projects and accessories. Made of soft cotton, it is ideal while traveling for storage purposes. Well, there you go. I said it, didn't I? And it's produced in an ecologically compliant facility. Very nice. And also, Lantern Moon is a committed advocate of equal and fair market wages for all employees. So on my research, what I saw, like this, the bag in the bag, and then I'll go to the research part. It's a mesh bag, very lightweight, and it folds over in front, and then the two ties can be tied in a bow. So to me, this looks like it might fit maybe 1 or 2 hanks of yarn, perhaps, for travel. Okay, hopefully that's showing up. 20 US dollars. Excuse me. A lot of talking. Oh, we were up. I didn't get much sleep the night before travel, because the night before travel, flying. So yes, you can go online and look, and they have some just gorgeous. The photography alone, needles and gorgeous sets if you are a knitter or do both. They have the interchangeables, sample photos of something being worked up. And they have some Tunisian, here we go, Tunisian crochet hooks and a Tunisian interchangeable set. Oh, and this cute, look at this little accessory case with the sheep. Isn't that just adorable? And I think she had some of these things. I might have to go back and look again. There you go. Here are the bags, and there's a black sheep again. She had this, and I wasn't sure what it was, and she was getting ready to close, and we were like past hungry at that point. It's a 5-inch cube box designed to hold individual balls of yarn, and a keyhole opening in front allows you to feed the yarn, and a closed lid top keep the precious material contained. Buttonhole closure, top and loop bottom handles, portable yet quite elegant, and it's fabric. It would be so packable. Isn't that neato? I saw that, and it's not that big. It's small, it's compact. I was wondering what that was. You know, there's something about having special tools and that I find very inspiring and helps the creativity flow when I have tools that I just enjoy, but those are works of art themselves. So it's just like this whole experience. Oh, and to tell you my discovery, it appears to me that this is a division of Knitter's Pride. Yeah. There, look at that. Yeah, guided by the philosophy that circumstances inspire creativity. So Lantern Moon brought to the U.S. market unique products that reflected the beauty and artistry of the Vietnamese community. This reflects exactly how I was feeling and what I said. So to me, this is a gift too. I'm going to save the cool tool for last, okay? So in the case, if you notice these, it's nice. It has a matte finish and smooth, and it's hard. And she sold these for $10 each, and I just looked and I'm like, oh, and the lamb on there and her logo, and I said, oh, that is so cute. And then I got distracted looking at something else, and then a little bit later, and she put that in the bag and said, here, this is for you. Oh, and what else I really like about it is it has two places to mark pages. That is so functional and useful. So the ribbon one, you know, that you can just lift up and put back, and then the elastic piece too. They can hold multiple pages back. So this is a nice little notebook. Thank you, Julia. Thank you so much. All right, last, but most definitely not least, I saw the little tote bags in front, and I thought they were so cute too. I love this beautiful, like a mandala. Is that is that a lotus flower? I don't know. Reminds me of one. So pretty. And it says the Mindful Collection. Another little drawstring bag and a really nice card. I mean, everything is done so well. And guess what? Another division of Knitter's Pride. So they have all these different lines within that. And I thought, what is this? This is so interesting. So she brought them out. The Mindful Collection, the Mindful Row Counter Ring. And they come in sizes, different sizes, whole sizes, 7 through 12. They're meant to wear either on your thumb or your index finger, which for me is the way I crochet. I do the knife hold and I guide with this finger and hand. I thought, well, that's probably not going to work. So I went for my thumb. Numbers so clear and easy to read. It's a patented tool. That takes a lot to get a patent. That is a big deal. This is like no other I have ever seen or used, and it's made from hypoallergenic stainless steel. So for people that are sensitive to metals. So again, this great being able to try it on in her store, and I think she had all the sizes except for 2. So must be pretty popular, and made in India. So comes in a little box. Isn't that cute? A wooden box with their logo on it. So cute. And then this box, so it says Knitter's Pride, and The box was wrapped in this really pretty tissue. I wish I'd taken a picture of another one that she had wrapped, but she opened this one so I could try it on. And it was wrapped, and the way it was all folded in there, it's just like a present and a present and a present. Oh, another surprise, wow. And then inside it's wrapped in a pretty little silk. Pretty, little silk, and then here it is. Look at that. Yeah, this is so neat, and it's comfortable. Teal green, and it kind of iridescent in a different light. It just flashes. There's a black one also, but I like this, the contrast of the color, and I love this color, teals and aquas. So the silver lines on the outside, that's the beginning. You have to put it on your finger so it doesn't slide around, and like the ring doesn't slide with your finger. So this is a size 10. So you put it on and then just working along, and then you just turn it. Turn, there we go. I'm in an awkward position. So say you've maxed out the numbers on the first side, the right side, you're at 9. Then you go over to 0, 10 here. Oops, I went too far. And then you take the other number and then you would put that on 1. So then now you're on row 10 and then you work the other side. Yeah, this is comfortable, and I could totally see myself using it. And I have other row counters, but it's stopping, sort of disrupting the flow a little bit, and they click, they work fine, they're easy to use. But for on the go too, or if I'm at the lake, and the more little things I have to set down and keep track of, the more likely that I am to like drop something or it slips under my chair or whatever. And so, yeah, it's right there, and I can just keep working along. Next row, boop, working along next row as I'm going, and you just keep that whole flow. So I just thought that was super cool. That's a special purchase. And the price is, in US dollars, it is $31. Yeah, it's great. I love it. I love it. So it's a small but a mighty purchase. Yeah, I had a nice time. I had a really nice time. And then we went over to Finn's, had fish and chips and beautiful salad. Probably should have taken a picture of the food. And she had some clam chowder with hers. And everything's just so good. And because it's Friday and they're setting up music and had live music, and it was nice music and good beat, multiple generations, and there were people dancing and on the patio outside where you can eat too, and it was real mellow, and we had a great walk along the beach there also. So hope you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for being here. Take good care, everybody. Okay, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.